Good morning. I think for this next little bit here, I want to go back to the skewer. I was just thinking the other day, this build I have going here may not have been the best. In fact, I kind of want to swap over for these real quick. So that heavy one's nice, but keep remembering why I went for other stuff more and more. Oh. I think I went for these for turning ability. Actually, yeah, these. So, turning helps quite a bit. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's some cheesiness that can be done with using the quick turners, but I'm not gonna do that. So, right, that's why. All right. So yeah, that's why I wanted to go with those. It's like one of those things where you kind of muse about it after the fact, and oh yeah, now I remember why all this stuff was useful like a billion years ago. I just need to get used to doing that curve thing again. That. Timing's a little off. There we go. There's depressingly low damage for this weapon, but oh well. Actually, I should probably be upgrading my radiator as well. This thing puts out heat crazy. So this guy loves to get himself caught in corners, thankfully. And there go his shoulder parts. And I think we can take out your arm weapons. And I love the part destruction in this. Like, for how they did it in Last Raven, I really think it was done better here. I'll say because you get the immediate effect of the part being lost without having to... Okay, in LR, it was just inconvenient. Like, you could get completely screwed by it, true. But, by and large, it was just like, okay, great, I gotta go friggin' replace my broken hover legs, because something, you know, friggin' stiff breeze rolled through. So I have to go and retune them and rebuy them and all that crap. Like, if they just added it to the repair cost, I think it would have gone better. And for that matter, if they changed the hitbox of the legs, it would have gone better. It's like, for all of them, your hitbox is like 50% your legs, and then everything else is up there. Not to mention you're in the air a lot of the time, so you're gonna get hit in those legs a lot of times. Now, if they had made something along the lines of, you know, maybe not being just a giant block, like maybe if they didn't hit directly on the legs, they counted as a core hit or something, that would have gone a bit better. Because the problem was, like, you would get hit outside of where your leg actually is, but no matter what, even if, realistically, it would have ended up hitting the core or the arm or something like that, it still hit you in that hitbox, so you end up with broken legs more often than anything else. So you just basically wind up slow and crippled and horrible, and arms getting blown off pretty much never happened, which sucked because that was the cool one, you know? That was where you had your weapons and everything. I don't actually know if you could blow off back weapons. I'm pretty sure you can do that in this, even though they showed that in the intro. Oof, this is going fantastically. Plonk. Plonk. Like here, you get that immediate satisfying crunch as it's blown off. And, I mean, they tried it in LR. Like, it blew up the part and you got the puff of black smoke and everything, but it was, like, even with the screen enlarged like it is right now, it's always, like, it's kind of hard to tell when somebody's firing a rocket or if they're just smoking or what. I don't know. And just in general, I think it was better handled here. I'll do different maps for everybody else, but this rocket guy and just have to run him out of ammo. Yeah, no, so if you look at the whole setup there, like if you had the legs as different hitboxes, maybe had them individually done to the point where maybe you got 25% of the effect from one injured leg, 25 from another, and like you have the arms, it really would have worked better. Because as cool as the other features are, like especially the head parts getting damaged, it was really just the becoming a friggin' cripple that was... It was more annoying than anything else, because what could you really do after they were already destroyed? And it's either you got enough damage in, you can kind of pull it out, or... well, if you're like halfway through, you're screwed more or less, because you can't move anymore. In the earlier games, you probably could have gotten away with it. But damage is really unforgiving in that one, so... wanted to knock a overheat on him. And now that I remember what the hell I'm doing, I think I'm just going back to mines and parry. Basically what I did anyway. I just couldn't really remember why I did it that way. And it's mostly because they're, as actual mines, they're not very good. You get close range and use them as a little bit of a scatter gun, they're good. Ooh. Goodbye, Alex Cannon. Or I think it was called the Nyx in this one. I don't know. I pretty much never use that thing, so I don't know. Although arguably the most effective AC in pretty much every game is just a tank with that. I thought he was going to jump there. And I must have sliced his other rockets off earlier. But that's good. I mean, that's another reason I like this one a lot better, because of the way they have the hitboxes set up. The part destruction happens far more often. You get to see those immediate effects. Like, I think the only time I actually saw arms getting blown off consistently was messing around with quad nukes. You know, that's just gonna blow off anything. But I think I ended up saving it. There was this one time where I basically just was going through the entire arena, just trying to see, you know, how many parts could actually be removed, and there was a part where I was actually trying to see if weapon arms could be removed, which I don't think they can. Even with getting all 8 of them on one arm, it still only went to yellow, so I don't think they can actually be removed. Just their aiming can get screwed. Right, for this one I'm going to try to offload some weight. I mean, if all goes well, the Mars should definitely be more than enough. Don't expect too much damage from this. Drop the externals and everything. See where all that goes. Yeah, New Fortress just plain isn't gonna happen. There's too much stuff going on. And the AI is not reliable to take out the airplanes. Oh, that's not gonna happen. If they were a bit better about it, absolutely. But they're not.
The target is moving through Sector N17. Destroy it before it reaches Sector N11.
But I already went after that in the last one. Actually, the mines affect this thing. Yeah, I don't know what I expected.
Watch it, Raven.
Don't know how possible this is, but it might be. And stop getting stuck on the top here. And he's dead, so... This is one of those kind of frustrating ones, because it's kind of hard to tell where exactly you're supposed to hit him. No. Because I think it's that one, and you have to hit the front. I don't actually know for sure. Another one of those that I think, I don't know, it feels inconsistent. I'm sure there's an exact thing, but either way, I'm not going to do the whole perfection clause for the Parry Blade run.
The top.
Main system engaging combat mode.
I'm going to try to just punch it in the front. You don't get a hit marker. There we go.
Destroyed.
So you can just, you don't get a hit marker, you can just do that. That's what's confusing about it.
Objective achieved.
I guess you can just pretty much hit it anywhere. It's only the other parts of it that count as hits. So that'll do. And actually made money for once. That never happens. Alright, defense line, definitely. So yeah, defense line will just handle itself. Assembly-wise... maybe this one, just kind of for the hell of it. So what I like to do for this one, get the airplanes, because they get a lot of coverage going. And really you can go for any of these, but I think Beacon's the best. It's like these two tend to do a pretty good job. This guy by himself, he'll get about 2/3 of them. This one may get lucky and hit one. They're basically blind firing. They have a chance to do as well as these two up here, but it's kind of a crapshoot, and then yeah, Calamity is the same thing as Drunkard. Apparently whoever this is likes to hire out to people that don't know how to aim. Or rather have no means of automatic aiming, and
Enemy targets sighted.
really aren't too great at it themselves.
Take them out.
Also, no, they're not actually moving that fast.
Engaging combat mode.
Listen up. The enemy is on the move. Hold your positions.
Yeah, so I've done this one several times of, like, just starting it, sending those guys out, and just, like, walking away and making a sandwich or something. Because those, your guys up front will do a well enough job on their own, and then anybody that makes it through will just go to that back line and be completely screwed. I mean, they keep coming in waves of 3, and it's basically 7 against 3. They don't really have a chance. There was no need to hire me here, guys. I'll just hang out. So weather's nice. Actually, it isn't. It's starting to get hot as crap outside. That's unfortunate. Oh, look at that. Somebody almost made it through to the second line. Almost being the operative word. Yeah, sometimes they'll get some shots off on the fighters, sometimes you'll lose one, but most of the time you won't. Doop-dee-doop-dee-doop-doop-doo. Beacon, are you gonna go take care of that one? Yes, you are. Hard mission, right? This is what I love about Silent Line, though. Like, it took what 3 already established for the whole, like, you can hire help everywhere and all that sort of thing. It just feels so much more valid here, because sometimes you can hire to the point of absolute overkill. Like this. They don't have to do a friggin' thing. Oh, lost a fighter. That's fine, I'm pretty sure that's the last wave anyway. Yep. See all those little purple dots flying towards the red dots?
Returning to base.
Yep.
Mission accomplished. Let's go.
What a challenge. Yeah, and if none of them get through, which they shouldn't anyway, you get this thing. I don't think I've ever not gotten that thing. I just know that that's what you get it for. Theoretically, if you don't hire anyone, they just go to the line of basically the same units in the back, which I believe all have a chance to just... I'm pretty sure they just insta-kill each other anyway. So... I mean, presumably the one sitting still would get a shot off first. I think they should do pretty well. Now, Infiltrate Fortress is gonna suck with this. Pretty much the process of it not sucking relies around using rockets, which... I mean... I can't use regular rockets, but, napalm rockets? No, I wasn't using napalm rockets, so... Generator jammers, I guess? Do I have those? Alright, so ECM rockets or generator jammers. So I'm gonna pop some ECM rockets in there. Use those. So they've got... yeah, wow. So they've got a damage of friggin' piss all. Each one is about a third of one of my mines, which are already pretty unimpressive. Alright. I have no idea why I kind of cut out there for a sec.
Main system.
Oh, wait, no, it's this one. Oh, crap, that is not what I wanted to do.
The enemy controls the sky. Stay on the ground en route to the objective.
Oh, crap, this is not the one I thought it was. Yeah, it's Infiltrate NK-432 or whatever the hell it was that I'm thinking of. Okay, they're coming over that way. Means I should be able to go this way. Don't you do it. Ah, crap. Nope. So much for that. Sometimes you can just kind of sneak through on the left. Like if you wait for the one on the right to circle around, and then you can kind of sneak through on the left, but I waited a little too long. Would have gone with the fast one if I remembered it right, but whatever. Alright, that's fine. I get to redo it. Right, in that case. Definitely gonna need a shield, replacing this with that. Those. Mines. Yeah, it's only overweight by like 3 pounds. Alright, hopefully that'll work. So this one is a whole crazy fight if you manage to get to the other end. Now left is kind of the safer path. You run into less stuff.
Stay on the ground en route to the objective.
At least unlike the previous times they do this one, you can at least use your friggin' boosters. I remember getting pretty annoyed at a few early iterations when you would just go and you accidentally hit the booster button out of habit to get away from something, like, oh no, they saw you. they know. Which admittedly does make sense. I mean, it's a giant friggin' flame. You think it would just flash straight out of the canyon here. He circles that way. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if the barking and lawn mowing and downright chaos outside is coming through. Hoping to be
Entering target area.
away from
Commence
apartments
operation.
and into a house soon. I hope.
Main system. Engaging combat.
First things first, these things need to go away. So thankfully this thing does get rid of these friggin' AT-ATs with one punch. Because they suck. And they take a pretty unreasonable amount of damage, all things considered. And dish out quite a bit too. It's kind of amazing that you don't see them come back much outside of a Nexus.
The reconnaissance team is moving into position. Hang in there, Raven.
And only downside to not having done the thing to defend this place.
Reconnaissance complete.
There we go.
Nice.
Incoming transmission.
Yeah, you get better, kind of like better rounded side shields. The ones from AC2 if you end up doing that one.
The target is an AC inside the fortress.
Actually, two of them.
They're
The
sending
Seventh Heaven
reinforcements.
and Gimlet, I believe.
Decision is yours.
Eh, I'm gonna do
Enter
it.
the fortress if you want to accept.
Can I go in now? And they send Karam to help. Can you tell which part is actually part of the level? Plus that sweet music, though. Yeah, these two are pretty easy. Usually as long as... Actually, no, wait, is it... Is it
Raven,
mileage?
these two are pros.
Nah. Dude, one of them's 7,000, they're
Target
just gonna sit
sighted.
there. Yeah,
Take
it's
'em out.
mileage. That's even better.
Roger.
Their name Roger? I don't know. And I love that they show you that there's stuff up there, like, hey, there's a hidden part up here. Just so you know.
Energy transfer pipes line periphery.
Now, I'm just gonna drop some mines and for the start of the fight. I want them to run out of ammo first. This Karam can handle himself pretty well. Unless I can get an opportunity like this. Oh, you messed up. You just messed up. Alright, good. So they're both gonna be overheating now. Goodbye, 7-7. Or not. It was almost a sweet little blade combo. There we go. Well, mileage is annoying. They can get stuck on walls, but they like to jump up and down a lot. And unlike Faust and other ones like him, where they're gonna land is a little bit of a crapshoot. Although I love the way that he moves around with the quick turners, that's pretty sweet. Honestly, I really preferred the way that there were these extension boosters instead of what happened in FA. Like, I love the way that the main boosters work, like the way that you could adjust the pressure and it felt all good and everything. But, yeah. I don't know, there was a little bit of that in 5th gen, not much though. Technically stab you, whatever.
Nice shooting, Raven.
I didn't shoot. But no, so there's an FCS up there.
Objective achieved. Returning to base.
Thank you for sounding incredibly sinister, guy.
Objective achieved. System
But no, so there's another optional part also if you don't blow up any of those little canisters on the side, which is just kind of... it's pretty luck-based. Oh, well I guess they gave it to me anyway. Actually no, I think you get that for doing the extra, and then... isn't there like another spread bazooka or something for that one? I don't know, but it's Lotus anyway. Actually, I should have gone, you know what? For this one, I'm gonna redo it if I fail, because what I should have done is get rid of the ammo extensions and go for the Mars. I did not do. I'm gonna be using the mine dispensers on these little guys. Pretty much what you do, you just kind of circle around the facility. But these little bastards end up walking back and forth and, well, hitting you with missiles repeatedly. There's a little bit of a safe spot around these, like right on the area border. So you can kinda just race back and forth here.
Watch yourself.
But you get the little aerial guys to deal with, and that's annoying. Yes. Freaking love that theme. Artificial life is so good. And that's how you successfully get yourself hit by multiple bits of missiles at once.
Cannon
It's,
burst imminent. Keep moving.
Yeah, I guess strategic damage and crap, you know. I'm sure there's a point. And these things will... they have one that's destroying stuff throughout the facility, and they have another one that's just kind of predicting where you're gonna go. Sometimes it is disturbingly good at it. But if you kind of move backwards, sometimes you can get out of some tight spots. Guys got some pretty solid advice to keep moving, though. Thankfully, the little flying guys aren't as much of a problem right now. Though they will have to be dealt with eventually, which sucks. Like, if I end up failing this one because I didn't get the little floaty guys with the mines, you know, I'm fine with that, as long as they pick out the big guy. The thing about this, though, if you're making turns, just, like, always keep moving forward, otherwise it's gonna know exactly where you're gonna go after that turn, like that. Now, as soon as the big guy shows up, they stop respawning. Otherwise, these will come back as soon as you leave. There we go.
Unidentified target detected.
So that should stop after that last shot.
The enemy is withdrawing. Finish off those you can.
Alright. See if I can take these guys out now. Get them out of my way. You gotta, like, respect the douchiness of these guys. They're like, oh, this place is getting attacked and everything. It's freaking blown up by satellites, and there's really no logical reason for us to stick around. Oh, I know, let's just go and hassle this guy for the hell of it. Like, the place you're trying to take over has been completely wiped off the map, more or less. Like, structurally speaking, anyway. I mean, it looks like it was some kind of missile facility or something, and those are completely gone. Speaking of... hidden part-time. I want to say these are better generator jammers. Or these might be the missile extensions, I'm not sure. I don't know or remember, I almost never grabbed that part. Oh crap. I guess I have to aim a little higher. Ooh, little dinguses. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. These things were... nice! Thanks, big guy. I mean, this place was obviously never designed for this kind of bizarro challenge, so... it is what it is. I'm narrowly edging out my mines. My mines that are temporarily friggin' flat cannon. Ow. Gotta love it when you use a friggin' scatter shot and it just goes everywhere but where they are. This is why the radar head's good. Actually keep track of where stuff is. Oh yeah. Just stay still, you little dick. Really? That should have hit you. At least I'm pretty sure it should have. Alright. Screw all you folks with your dodging. I don't know. See, kind of the thing I'm worried about here, and I'll probably end up inadvertently showing this off in just a sec. But as soon as I get close to this guy, I can get stunned by a howitzer, and really, I don't think I have the damage to take this guy out right now anyway. Don't stop me from trying, dang it. I needed the Mars. This is the first time he's decided to kneel down.
Defenses damaged. Halting combat and return to base.
Neat. Alright, time to redo this. That is very doable. And it's one of the more interesting ones. Here's what do. First things first, Mars. Second of all, lighter weight, as much ammo. Go for extra armor here. Those are fine. Guess I'm using the fleets. Get away with some lighter legs. Yes. I don't want to overheat because Mars and all that. There we go. That should hopefully be good. The ammo packs are mostly going to be for the mines, but what it is. Probably just gonna skip shooting the little guys this time around.
Main system. Engaging combat mode.
Right.
Targets approaching. Move to set.
Go and fast forward here a little bit.
Raven, we're tracking the satellite's progress now. It will be in range soon. Watch yourself.
I was considering to do an entire run like this. I think I've mentioned that several times now. Kinda wonky to control though, for obvious reasons.
Cannon bursts imminent. Keep moving.
Nah, fine. Hang it over here. Okay, you can kind of hang out at one of those, wait until little planes come around. You dork around hovering, you know, pretty effectively to give you some time behind each one. Then as soon as they come around, you just kind of go here. Hopefully not eating some missiles, but it is what it is. Also, I always seem to forget how friggin' intense the energy drain is on this thing. Actually, that might be from the legs, when I think about it. Should be just about time.
Unidentified target detected.
There we go.
The enemy is withdrawing. Finish off those you can.
Wanna take out the little guys first? Kind of. It's going a little spectacularly, let's face it. Yeah, no, screw it. Need to get him in this hallway. Wait for him to kneel or something. And then just... that. Alright. Come on, Chunk Lord. Stop going so fast. Kneel. Give you a cookie. Alright, come on. Now you want to kneel. I know, you got a cheap friggin' grenade launcher. Oh, okay. That's 3 unquestionably direct hits. Alright, there we go. Finish him off with some mines. guys so much. Not really in a mean sense necessarily, it's just... This is so dickish. All you do is sit and wiggle, and just like fly wigglingly, it's so dumb. You are the embodiment of the friggin' hover glitch. Oh, good. I can only fire like once every 8 seconds, so this is not the fastest thing either. Yeah, that was like a finger twitch. When he was right in front of me, I was mashing the button, but it wasn't ready yet. Apparently serving up a whole new plate of friggin' mines. Alright, today, buddy, come on. Fly into him, and we're gonna call it a day. Actually, of all the scenarios in this series, where you're completely surrounded, but the mission ends fine anyway, this is kind of one of those that's just kind of strange to me. I mean, if the place is a friggin' junk heap, and nobody wants it anyway, and this one, like, big hole is just flying around, no, I want to blow this guy up. I've got no personal stake and a lot of danger to myself. Well, I did hit him. Yeah, those look like the missile extensions. Most. Hurt myself. I mean, one way or another, I'm counting this as a win, because it's surprisingly non-mandatory, and... well, I really don't want to deal with these guys again. And how many howitzers can you possibly have in there? I think that's a pretty valid question. Nothing is not very big. Seems like you should be able... I don't know. You could maybe... like, assuming that they're kind of exaggerating on size, you could maybe load like 20 onto that thing and keep moving. There, finally. Now to go and get rocked by this little Miss Lenty. Oh, too freaking close. Alright.
I can't believe you made it. That was some great fighting.
Yay. I did it. Oh man, that is just horrible. Alright, I'm gonna call it there.